So yeah, we got the update log for Type Soul coming out at 2 in the morning. It's kind of crazy, but we got the update log for Type Soul. A lot of people have their own opinions on it already. A lot of people are saying Quincy's are the worst. A lot of people are saying Orantars are the worst. All that. I'll be talking about all the races and all the clan changes, all that inside a different video. And then I'll probably be going over all the nerfs and stuff inside another different video because it's just too much to go over all at once. Inside of this video, I'm gonna mainly be going over like the content and new things that they did add, and then I'll be going over races inside a different video, and then nerfs probably inside another one. But yeah, the first thing is obviously Hellverse. That's the biggest thing that is added in here, and basically the only thing all of this says is that basically you won't ever wipe. The only way to wipe is to lose all 3 of your lives, and the only way to lose a life is from PvP. And to gain a life back, all you have to do is kill one hell mob. So if you wipe, it's essentially you doing it on purpose because there should be no reason. There should be no reason why you're dying to one person or dying to a few people 3 times in a row without killing a singular mob in between that. So yeah, this is a very, very crazy thing that I kind of already knew they were probably going to do. But basically, if you reroll your element, your true quest is completely reset. So, as soon as when you enter the game, you're probably going to want to spin for the element that you like the most and stay on that element for your whole time on the game. Your whole time on the game will have to be stuck on one element. As essentially, if you want true mode, if you want the true Shikai partial, whatever, your whole time on the game is going to have to be spent on the one singular element that you choose. So make sure that you're choosing the element that you do enjoy because, yeah, GG's, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's basically all that they say about Hell and all that. They do say that you have to completely redo the quest every single time to get another elemental true form. So yeah, that's a little crazy. Now they do say cooling games and battle royale will be rotational. So basically, certain weeks or certain months will have cooling games, and other certain months will have battle royale. So I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. They said that they're adding crafting, which you can craft things like items, skills, and important artifacts. Um, this is the race changes. So Roncars have the highest defense, and then they also have Seropath, Osterus, and all that. So they basically said you have one move because you have all these other buffs. Soul Reapers, their health pack pop from Visored is only now 15 HP instead of 50. Shikai Stasis has its debuff back, and they get no innate passives or defense without Visored. So they keep their 3 moves because they are the weakest because they have no defense or anything. Quincy's have a defense slash damage buff with Bloodvein. Their sub mode doesn't heal anymore, and they have to pick between a Cybernetic and Let's. You cannot use both. So basically, pick a Cybernetic. That's basically what they just told you right there. They said, Let's no longer gives you a health pack. You still get your passives, but you don't get a health pack, and you'll only have 2 Shrift moves. So pick Cybernetic because it's a passive that will work all the time. That's basically what they said right there. NPC lore was added. Sneaky sets. Basically, if you just set something, then it will be removed. Hybrid, you will get an item upon joining if you had hybrid because they removed it from the game. This is a little lame in my personal opinion. Added Soul Bundle and Soulian Bundle mainly for new players. It's a starter pack slash dev product that you can only use once. A little lame in my opinion, but I mean, it makes sense. I guess they gotta get their money somehow. Now they explain the actual contents of Hellverse and what it has. So in Ring 1, this is where they do their raids. So you'll have King of the Hill, King's Gambit, and then Fragment. Ring 2, it doesn't really say that they have anything. Then Ring 3 has the Maze and the Library and Purgatory. So pretty cool there. Full Ringers, it has Time Tells No Lie, Dollhouse, Ondetsu, Devil Arm, But to the End, and Chess. And that's all that they have. So pretty cool. And then they also said everyone is given a free slot. So if you want to go around her, you can use it there. New element reworks, Devil Seduna, Benihime, Almighty, Nibble, Overkill, and Spirit. These are new elements and reworks, so boom. A lot of shrifts, Benihime rework, Devil Seduna, Spirit Seduna. Then they basically explain right here that there is a Soul Pass and a Battle Pass. Cooling Games and BR has the Battle Pass, and then the Soul Wars and Ranked has their own Soul Pass, which both have own exclusive rewards. We already know what Cooling Games is. Crafting, we already saw that earlier. But you can get a modified skill, so that's kind of cool. Turn into new accessories, things like that, passives, whatever. Soul Wars, we already know what that is. It's 4v4 game mode, basically Valorant Battle Royale. We already know that. Nell, the bank, is now an adult because time skip, I guess, whatever. Fullbringer is in the homeworld of Katakura, or maybe not, but I would assume it is in Katakura. And then Katakura, we already know that it got a visual rework. AFK world now sucks, basically, is what they said here. Best thing that you can get is a True Hog. They said 1v1s and 2v2s, and now 3v3s is finally added. So 3v3s will now be a thing for ranked, and then 4v4s, 5v5s, and 6v6 is considered clan wars. Ranked points were removed. We already saw all the meta changes. I have a whole video explaining everything and explaining what it does and all that. Soul Vows, the only one that you're ever going to use is Vow Sacrifice. The only Vow here you're going to ever use is Sacrifice. Luck is just too risky because if you go bankrupt, then you can lose a lot of Rayatsu, and even getting Jackpot isn't really that crazy. Unless if Jackpot just has a way higher chance of landing. But as far as I know, it's basically you flip a coin and then it gets one of these. Vow Fist, basically you turn it into Might Guy. You get the inner gates, which is kind of cool actually. So if you are Hakeda, then you probably would use this one. Vow Potential, simply, it just isn't good. It's really not. You get debuffed by 15% at the start of the fight, and then the more time you take damage and all that, you build aura, and then you'll have a 10% buff after you're done building your aura, so just simply not that good. Vow Sacrifice, though, is crazy, in my opinion. I think Vow Sacrifice is the best thing. You trade out your sub mode with this Vow. So, a Ronkars, this is going to be your Vow, mainly, because you don't even have a sub mode. Okay? Vow Sacrifice. You gain a spirit that will do moves after you land certain moves. The craziest one here is in Kendo, where Bisection will do a Rising Swallow and throw your opponent towards you, and landing vertical down will automatically do a split gate. Those two are crazy. This is like a half a bar right here, and this one has insane combo potential, but it's really good air hot, really good speed, everything like that. 3 new bosses, cool, whatever. Devil Trigger will replace your sub mode, and when you're using Yamato crit, it will upgrade it. You get Judgment Cut for Soul Reapers, Aronkars get Judgment Cut End, and then Quincy's get an auto track thing. These two are very interesting. Ancient Vasto is Brain Dead, and the Excalibur Sword is very, very interesting. So basically, you have to do a quest to draw the blade, but only one Quincy out of the entire game will have the blade, and it can be lost. So that's very interesting. Ancient Vasto, on the other hand, is just completely brain dead. You can use Devil Trigger and Ancient Vasto together. I'm pretty sure you can use Devil Trigger and Ancient Vasto together. But you get a new path, and it has its own quest line, right? You get unlimited hero that never runs out, so unlimited 15% defense. If your guard broken, you let out a Primal Rage that will guard break the other opponent instead with a very long cooldown, and it has other passives and abilities. You also lose your Vasto variant. But they say absolutely nothing here that means that you can't use Devil Trigger with it. So this could be crazy, I can't lie. These clan changes I'll go over inside a separate video. Fullbringer Keto has basically nothing. So GG if you wanted to run Fullbringer Keto, because it basically has nothing. True Bankai is a barrier type, so it's basically like domain expansion. Ronkars is a barrierless / environmental type, so it does affect the environment, but it doesn't have a barrier, just like Shinigami. And then Quincy is just an all-around jack of all trades. It has everything. All of them are different. So yeah. And then they go over balance changes. The only balance change that I want to focus on in this video is right here. Zweiss is completely removed from the game. Zweiss is no longer a thing, right? They also said, I forgot to add for Excalibur, if you attempt to pull it without the requirements, you cannot pull it out ever again on that slot. So, interesting changes for sure. Now, real quick, I want to say, out of all the races, in my personal opinion, without looking at the clans or anything like that, just going over the nerfs that we know that they got, Quincy's no longer have Zweiss, which was by far probably their best weapon, because that's what every single person ran. So basically, Soul Reapers have 3 moves no matter what, but their visor kinda sucks now. Quincy's, you basically won't ever run Let's, so you have 3 moves, and that's basically it. And then Aronkars, you have a bunch of other stuff in Ancient Vasto, but you'll only have one partial move. But you can get a second one, I believe, by doing a quest inside of Hellverse. And then all races only have 3% ray regen. So, the ray regen is just cooked. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even talk about this. Ray regen is cooked, by the way. Nothing will give ray regen but the 3% that every race has. Out of all the races, I honestly think Quincy's are the worst. Personally, I think Quincy's are the worst. Cybernetics really aren't that crazy, but if you don't run a Cybernetic, then you only have 2 moves and a really bad Let's that won't even give you a health pack. Right? Soul Reapers, their health pack's not very good either. Arankars might be the best in my opinion. With Ancient Vasto, once when you actually go through the troubles of getting Ancient Vasto, and you get this Vow of Sacrifice, because you technically don't have a sub mode to lose with a Arankar, I think Ancient Vasto might be the best thing inside the game. Personally, that's just what I think. You guys can feel free to leave your own thoughts in the comments. Like I said, I'll be dropping more videos going over everything in a bit more detail, like all the balance changes, all the clan changes, everything like that. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.